All right, guys, we're here for another community spotlight. We're at the Critter Barn, an amazing facility here in West Michigan where they do awesome stuff with animals and education and the community. Tony, come on in. This is the director, Tony McCaul. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We have a lot of fun stuff planned for today. Tell us about the Critter Barn. What is Critter Barn?
Well, just thanks for coming out and seeing that we're at a 36-acre farm. We moved from our 3 acres to a new location that's 36 acres, and we are a nonprofit Christian-based organization that is all about teaching you where your food comes from, hands-on animals.
I think a lot of people are familiar with the original Critter Barn, and to your point, this is Critter Barn 2.0, an amazing facility where you have how many visitors a month in
So
this
between
facility?
3,000 and 6,000 every month, year-round. So it's not just the summer season; it is every month.
It's almost 100,000 people a year come to this facility, and we're seeing people from all walks of life. We're seeing kids come here, we're seeing adults come here, we're seeing special needs individuals come here, which is really cool.
Absolutely.
This is for everybody, right?
This is 100% from everybody. And the thing about it is, what's so exciting about this location is you bring your family of all generations and you reconnect. You reconnect with animals, that where your food comes from, and it's just a chance to be with God's creation.
I love it. Absolutely love it. We're gonna go on a tour and take a look at the rest of this facility. I'm excited.
Awesome. Let's go check things out.
All right. So Tony, I know that you guys have a lot of fun stuff going on at the Critter Barn. We're not going to be able to see everything today, but we are going to see a few things.
Yes.
And this here, I see a lot of goats around us here.
Goats, yes.
So tell me a little bit about what we have going on in this barn here with the goats.
We're in our dairy goat barn, so you'll actually see, goats getting milked. We have kids that we feed. We have the 6 different breeds of goats.
Okay.
And so it's really hands-on. And so at our farm here, we show that all animals has purposes, and one of them is milk.
Oh, wow. And I see something happening here right now.
Yes, so we actually have 15 goats getting milked right now.
Okay.
So we do it twice a day, and so our goat milk is actually fed back to our animals, or we can sell it for goat cheese.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes.
And this is all a part of this new farm that you guys have put in place
at
here.
this farm here, we have this nice facility. The barn we're in is actually built by Amish.
Seriously?
So if you take a look at it, you can see the beams that were built by the Amish. So it's like this is to represent old ag and a new way.
That's so cool. All right, now where are we at?
So we're in our chicken coop, our hen house, really.
Yeah, right.
In our hen house, we've got the males and the females, so roosters and hens.
Okay.
And it's important for the public to know where our eggs come from.
It is important.
And something I want you to notice as we walk this farm, we're the first farm in the world for universal design. So what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Fully accessible by all.
Oh, wow.
So even in this room here, you can start to see the little details, like windows for the kids and the public to get to.
Yep.
If you're in a wheelchair, you can stroll right on up. Same thing with this.
Yep.
And we have it so everywhere sidewalks you can get through.
Absolutely.
And we really like the hands-on engagement at our farm. So it is fun to see the chickens come out.
Absolutely.
You gotta love when the chickens come out. And then you gotta always try to get them back so you can herd your chickens, right?
And you bring classes in, you guys are showing them all the animals and the chickens. What are they talking about with chickens and stuff like that?
It's all just about animal science.
Okay.
Knowing how birds work, how mammals work, how to feed them, care for them, where our eggs come from. As a farmer, what we do.
Okay, I love that.
Fun fact. Do you know that a chicken lays an egg every 27 hours?
I did not know that.
And they need at least 12 to 14 hours of daylight to lay an egg.
Really?
Yeah, so in the winter, you have to have artificial light or no eggs.
Okay, got it. Oh, very cool. This is incredible. You guys have so many fun, awesome things happening here, but I see a lot of hard work happening behind us. So tell me a little bit about what they're doing.
Well, we're at the feed room, and that's where it happens, right?
Yeah.
They need to be fed. And so we've got critter crew ages 8 to 18 that come for a 3-hour shift once a week for on-job farm training. And so look, they're doing math, they're doing science, they're calculating out what animals need to eat, because when you have over 400 animals, 400 mouths, that's a lot of food.
400 animals here.
Yes.
That's incredible.
So
that's awesome.
we have to feed them. So they come and they're learning how to do those skills.
Okay. Awesome. Anybody can sign up to do this if they
Yeah,
want to?
so if you take a week-long course in the summer,
Okay.
and then you become our Critter Crew member, and then that becomes part of our membership, that then you get trained the whole year.
Okay.
And I've got kids that stayed from 8 all the way up. So think about building your resume, on-job training right here.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. I love it. As you guys can see, we're here today with a class. We're here with Rita Boss with Rose Park Christian School and with her kindergarten class. Tell us about your involvement with the Critter Barn.
Yeah, so every other week we come to the Critter Barn and I integrate our learning right into farm life. And when you get off that bus and you are in this space, it's just joy fills all of us.
Totally.
And also so reading and writing and math are huge kindergarten, and so I integrate all of those things right into farm life. Like math, we do a graph out our eggs and compare numbers with that. With reading, the kids, in fact, right behind us are practicing their fluency with some chicks. In writing, too, nothing better than feeding a goat and then writing a how-to on how we did that. So it's just amazing. I love it so much. So honestly, it was a God thing. Several years ago, I hopped on the bus, or Mary Rotschafer, the current founder, hopped on the bus with me, and I was like, Mary, somebody needs to be coming to the farm regularly and making it a part of their educational opportunity. And she's like, Rita, I've been praying about that. And so I was the first one to pilot that, and I'm hooked. And so, and now that it's growing by leaps and bounds, there's going to be a preschool starting at the farm next year.
Love it.
Another school is coming regularly.
Yep.
So, you cannot replicate what happens here in 4 concrete walls. So,
You can't. No.
and even kiddos who come to school and they're had a rough morning or whatever, when you get to the farm and you can just be with the animals, you can see the weight of the world.
Absolutely.
And also, I have to share this too. I had
Yeah.
a little guy whose dad passed away a couple of years ago, and school was tricky for him. And until he got to the farm, you could see his whole demeanor and personality just change. It's so therapeutic being with God's creatures too.
Absolutely. Well, and to your point, these kids get to experience something that probably most kids may never experience in their entire lifetime.
Totally.
Right? They're holding chickens. They're milking goats.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did that in my lifetime.
I have goat today.
I did hold a goat today, which was awesome. So any teacher can come here if they want to.
They can.
Yeah.
Yep.
With their classroom and teach their
Absolutely.
kids.
Yep. They connect with Michaela in the office and she'll get them signed up, and absolutely.
Love it. So great place to bring kids to learn about God's creation.
Absolutely.
Which is really cool. This is my daughter Greta, and Greta, we're here with your class today. Tell us, what do you love about the Critter Barn?
Holding the chick.
Holding the chicks. What else do you love about Critter Barn? Is it a fun place to come and learn?
The bunnies.
Well, Tony, that was incredible. I'll be honest, I had no idea you guys had that much stuff going on here at the Critter Barn. Tell us a little bit about the future plans, what you guys have going on, how people can get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. The best thing is just check out our website. Go to our website, look at it. It's just critterbarn.org.
We're going to link that below just so you guys
Please,
know.
awesome. So when you check that out, just look that we're only half built. And our organization is really to serve all, and it's all ages, all demographics, and at all levels. There's that one-time experience, like you can buy a membership here and just come year-round and hang out with your family. Or you can sign up for a hands-on, interactive program, if it's a class, if it's a field trip. And we just do so much different trainings. We have special events that come out because our farm is more than just a farm. It is a destination for our community to get involved and engaged in. And what I love about it is we're only half built. And so God is creating ways that we can just continue to grow and serve more people.
Yeah, you guys have room to expand, to bring more people in here. And I just love the mission of what you guys are doing. So thank you for what you're doing and
Absolutely.
your team. And yes, if you guys want more information, if you want to get involved, if you want to come visit, below we'll have all the information for you. Reach out to them. Their team is awesome. They would love to talk to you and explain more about it as well. So Critter Barn, check them out. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.